finally happened. I sold my first SaaS, iCodeThis, for $50,000. In this video, I'm going to take you through the entire journey, how I came up with the idea, how I built it, how I launched it, how I monetized it, and eventually ended up selling it. Plus, I'm going to share what I've learned along the way and what's next for me. So let's dive in. Back in December of 2022, I wanted to build a platform for front-end developers to practice their skills. I noticed that developers spend a lot of time watching tutorials, including my tutorials, but they don't spend enough time practicing, which in fact will help them the most to build their skills. But before building a fully fledged application, I wanted to validate the idea, so I started sharing UI designs on Twitter, asking people to convert them to HTML and CSS and JavaScript if they wanted to add functionality. I did it for a couple of days and noticed that people liked this idea and that more and more joined the challenge. This validated my idea. Once I saw that the engagement is growing, I built a basic site. This way I could get members to come to the website, create an account, post the code, and see their progress over time. Slowly I added more and more features and eventually it turned into a fully fledged application. In order to grow the platform and get more people to sign up, I added daily challenges. Every day, people would join the website because there was a new daily challenge. I also gamified it. There were likes and comments, there was a leaderboard, which kept people very engaged with the platform. I also created a Discord community where people could come and talk with each other, ask questions, ask feedback, and this way we created a strong community. And along the way, I used the build in public methodology, which basically means that whenever I did something on the website, I was sharing it on Twitter. I was sharing the progress, like how many members joined, how much money it made, and how it was going. This got more people interested to join the platform. Another powerful thing that I did to grow the platform was adding an affiliate program. I reached out to big creators in the space and asked them to review the platform, to complete the challenges of the platform in front of their audience, and in exchange, I gave them a percentage of the profits they brought. Over time, all of these methods combined grew the platform to over 56,000 members, with hundreds of developers solving challenges every day. At this point, the community was growing nicely. I kept adding features to the platform. I even hired 2 people to help me build it, so I had to find a way to make money with it. What I decided to do is to build a couple of features and put them behind a paywall. Features like more advanced challenges or access to previous challenges or different kind of challenges like JavaScript specific ones where the goal was to focus only on the JavaScript. We provided HTML, CSS, and you had to build the functionality with JavaScript. As a monetization strategy, I tried both subscriptions and one-time payments. To my surprise, the subscriptions didn't really work that well. At the peak, it was making $300 per month from subscriptions, but one-time payments worked really well. In total, the platform made $67,000 in revenue in 2 years, with the most majority coming from one-time payments. I even removed the subscription model and instead had 2 or 3 tiers depending on what kind of features the members wanted. The top tier offering mentorship in a private group. After running iCodeThis for 2 years, I started to feel burnout on the idea. I wanted to try new ventures, I even started other projects, and I didn't want to let iCodeThis die, so I decided to sell it. After sharing my thoughts on Twitter, Lane from boot.dev reached out, and we started chatting about the idea of acquiring iCodeThis. After a bit of back and forth, negotiating the price, we decided on $50,000 as being the right price for iCodeThis. The price was a mix of the revenue potential, the community and user base, the brand value and SEO, and some social promotion from me. The first step was to sign an agreement. So after we drafted a contract that covered all the aspects of the sale, including the price, the payment schedule, and the specific terms for the assets transfer, we both signed it and then I received the first payment of $10,000. We then proceeded to make the asset transfer, which included the domain name, the GitHub repository, the Vercel account, the Supabase account, and the Discord community. To my surprise, the transfer went really well. We did it in a couple of hours. And just like that, iCodeThis was no longer mine. Speaking of boot.dev, I highly recommend you check it out if you're interested in learning backend development. They're doing an amazing job on teaching this in a fun and interactive way. In my opinion, this is the best platform to learn backend development. And I'm not just saying that because they bought iCodeThis. I really mean it. Selling iCodeThis was a huge milestone for me and also gave me a fresh start. Now I'm free to focus on building other projects, trying new ventures, and sharing my $1 million journey along the way. By the way, if you're interested in that, subscribe to follow along as I'm sharing everything I'm learning along the way to make $1 million. Right now, I'm working on another SaaS called In the Action that's a gamified time tracking app that helps me stay more productive. In the foreseeable future, I'm going to work on growing this platform and seeing where it ends up. If you're wondering, are you sad about selling iCodeThis? Well, maybe a little bit. After all, it was my first big SaaS that got significant traction. But at the same time, I feel relieved. I feel like iCodeThis served its purpose for me, and now it has a new home where it can continue growing. Even though $50,000 is not a life-changing amount of money, but I managed to prove to myself that I can build and sell a profitable SaaS. So I'm going to use all the lessons that I learned along the way to apply them to my next ventures. I'm really excited for what's next, and I hope you'll follow me along on this journey.